Hello, beautiful people, and thanks so much for watching us here on Great Day Louisiana. I'm Malik Mingo. I hope you're doing well today. As always, we have a great show for you all. Look, all summer long, we're learning new things to do that you can also join in on. We're calling it our Great Day Summer Bucket List. And I'm so excited because today we're checking off an item when it comes to learning to play an instrument. You all loved watching me learn how to play the drums, and now I'm going to learn how to play the guitar. Here to help us this time are Nicoli, Hutchison, and Ryan Tingle from the Louisiana Academy of Performing Arts. Welcome to our Chip 4-style soundstage, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks so much. Call me a future Santana because I am ready to play. But before we learn about the instrument and learn how to play a little bit, Nicoli, I love how you all are doing summer camp starting in July. And you all do this because you believe that during the summertime, a lot of kids are just on their phones at home, but they truly can be learning how to play an instrument to learn their talent, right?
Right.
He said right, perfect, just like that. I love him so much, yes. Well, look, I believe that as well. I really wish I had this when I was growing up, learning how to play an instrument, but look, better late than never. Now, I want to ask you about this, Ryan. You know, you are a guitar player, you studied music, you're a part of the faculty there. First, let's talk about the instrument itself. We have an acoustic here, and we have an electric guitar, two different types. Tell me how they're similar and how they're different.
Oh, well, in terms of how they're similar, I mean, they both have 6 strings. They're tuned exactly the same, and if you can play one, you can play the other. So,
okay.
Yeah. The main difference is one is plugged in, and the other you can play without an amp.
Now, does it offer a sound difference because it's being plugged in?
Yeah, they definitely have their own unique sound. An acoustic guitar, the body will resonate and give it sort of like a very warm, open kind of sound, and then the electric guitar, you kind of have some options to kind of change your tone, and you can really sculpt and shape your tone to be all types of things.
Come on, options, we love that. Now let's talk about the strings. What are the names of the strings? Like, what note do they play?
Well, the strings on the guitar, when you strum downwards, you will go from the lowest string to the highest string.
Okay.
And each string does have a name. They are letter names. We usually use a sentence to memorize it. So this is the one I learned when I was a kid. From the 6th string to the 1st string, every athlete drinks Gatorade before exercise.
Every athlete drinks Gatorade before exercise.
Now, you can also learn one from the 1st to the 6th string. The kids really love this one. Easter bunnies go dancing after Easter.
Easter bunnies go dancing after Easter. I love that so much.
Yes.
And let's talk about the different parts of the guitar. What do we have?
Sure. Both of these guitars will have a body. They will have a neck and a headstock.
Okay.
So the body is what you kind of, helps support the guitar when you're sitting down with it. It also helps resonate for the acoustic guitar. The neck is where most of the action with the left hand happens. It's where you will press the strings onto the frets to change the note that you hear.
I want to do that. I want to know how to do that. Okay, that's so cool.
And then both of these guitars will have a headstock. The headstock is where you'll find the tuning keys and the posts where the strings are tied to, and you can tighten or loosen the strings to get them in tune.
And speaking of tuning, it was so amazing watching you all tune these instruments. What do you all use to tune, Nicoli, and why is it important that we tune our instruments before we actually play them?
So we use these clip-on tuners a lot of the time. So we'll clip it on the headstock and ever since the vibrations, and we'll tune with that. You could tune to a piano or another instrument if that instrument's in tune. Or if your 1st string is in tune, your E string, you can tune off of that string.
Really? So that can make every other instrument, or every other string rather, sound what it's supposed to sound like?
The 5th fret of this string is the open of the next. And you can treat, as long as that one's in tune, your whole thing can fall.
This is so cool. Now look, you're playing without a pick. You're going to play with a pick. Why with that, but not with that?
Well, so the pick, especially for an acoustic guitar, it's like the best amplifier you can get. So if I play with my fingers, it's kind of a decent volume with the pick. You really open up the volume, right? And if you're doing a lot of strumming, you will tear up your finger. You'll get a blister. So it's very good if you're like doing a lot of strumming.
And we don't want that, okay? These fingers need to be used, okay?
Yes.
Now I gotta ask you this, because I find it so fascinating how we have 2 different types of guitars. When it comes to the string, what string do you suggest, especially if we're just trying to learn for the first time?
Which string? So for electric guitars are going to use strings that have steel cores. So they use steel or nickel because it needs to interact with these pickups. There's little magnets in here, and that's how the guitar makes its signal.
Come on, science!
I know, right? And then for acoustic guitars, you're going to be using a type of bronze, usually like phosphor bronze or another type of bronze. So they have their own special tone.
And you suggest nylon strings when we're learning how to play?
Yeah, for beginners that want to play an acoustic guitar, it can be better to use what we call a classical guitar. And those guitars will have a string which uses a nylon cord. They're more flexible, they're like easier to press down, so they're not as painful when you get started.
This is so cool, and you all are learning just as much as I am right now. And I'm so curious, you know, when the Academy came on last time to teach me how to play the drums, I asked them, what is the point of the drums? They said it's like the backbone of the band. Nicoli, when it comes to the guitar, what's the purpose of the guitar in a band?
In a band, guitar can fill in a ton of harmony, and it can take a ton of space. So an acoustic chord just has this deep resonance that'll really kind of fill, to me, it's kind of a glue in the band. Whereas your drum and your bass kind of have a more structured job. This kind of gives you a lot of your fill, your sound.
This is so cool, and what's so great is, like I alluded to earlier, you all have summer camps. They start in July. How early can someone start taking a guitar lesson with you all?
So we start teaching guitar lessons around the age of 6. That's usually a good age to start. You know, any younger than that, we actually recommend you try out the ukulele. It's a smaller instrument, and it's very similar to guitar. It's got a neck and the body and frets and everything. And since it only has 4 strings, and the strings are a little more spaced out, and they're nylon, so it's a little easier on those little fingers, you know. And it translates really well to the guitar, so you can move from ukulele to the guitar pretty quickly.
This is so awesome. Now remind us one more time of that acronym to learn the string names. Every athlete drinks Gatorade before exercising.
You got it.
That's it?
You got it.
Okay.
That's it.
Well,
Good
look,
job.
everybody, I've learned the parts of the guitar. I've learned the chords. Well, not the chords, the string names. Coming up a little bit, we're going to see if I can become a little Santana. Okay, can y'all stick around, please?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Well, look, if you all want more information about the classes they offer at the Louisiana Academy of Performing Arts, log onto the website on your screen, LAAPA.com, or call the number on your screen as well. They offer classes in Covington, Mandeville. All right, the time has come. We are back in our Trip 4-Star soundstage with some faculty members at the Louisiana Academy of Performing Arts. They are Nicoli, Hutchison, and Ryan Tingle. A bucket list item for many people is to learn how to play an instrument, so they're going to give me a real beginner guitar lesson today. We learned earlier about how it works, the parts of the guitar, and now I'm ready to get my Bob Dylan, my Santana on. Okay, tell me first what we're going to learn, Ryan.
I think we should start with a little blues shuffle. Considering where we are, I think it's great for the heritage, and you know, it kind of all got started down here on the delta of the Mississippi River.
Okay, so show me what you're gonna do, and then show me how to do this, because again, I have never played this before.
Okay, well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play what's called a power chord. Now, a power chord only has 2 notes in it. It's gonna have one of the strings where we don't touch anything, this note, and we're also gonna hold this note.
With the second string.
On the 5th string, actually.
Oh, that's right, because it goes 6 to 1.
The way we learned it, yes.
The way we learned it, yes.
And
okay,
the way
so
you'll strum it down this way.
And then let's talk about spacing too, because this is the thing that I see everybody do, and it's like, oh my God, y'all are so cool, y'all are so cool. What are you doing?
Yeah, so you have to place your fingers on the fretboard. Now the frets are these little metal kind of speed bumps you put under your fingers, and we have the 1st fret, the 2nd fret, the 3rd fret, and the 4th fret. That's what the dots are for. They kind of help you keep your place and know where you are on the fingerboard.
Okay. So I go on the 3rd fret?
The 2nd fret.
The 2nd, so right here?
Pretty good, yeah. Actually, you want to go a little behind it.
A little behind it? Okay,
there you
so
go.
not
Perfect.
directly on it.
Look at that, yeah.
Okay.
Expert already.
So it's the first
And what we're
one?
going to do is we're going to strum the 6th and the 5th string together like this. Wow, dude.
Oh my God, wait a minute. I will headline Jazz Fest next year, okay? This is so cool. Okay, let's try it again.
Nice, nice.
I love it, I love it.
Now, for the next thing, we need to learn a little rhythm pattern with the pick. All right, we're going to learn what we call a shuffled 8th note pattern. So we're going to go like 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Can you do that? 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. That's
okay,
it.
Let me
that's
see
it.
you do it first.
Now with your pick, you're going to do that same rhythm.
Okay, let's see.
Very good. You got rhythm.
Okay, we know that. We know that. I'm so curious though, like, what's your tip? And Nicoli, you can answer this if you want to as well. Like, how do you hit those strings but not hit all the strings at the same time?
Muting and just a ton of practice. Getting yourself. That's probably the hardest part is knowing which strings not to mute.
Exactly.
And then when you open up all 6, there's so many situations where you have to mute some and not mute others. And I struggled with that more than anything. and that just took repetition.
Come on, well look, I'm trying to repeat. Okay, what's next?
So like another tip that I give my students, if they don't want to play certain strings, like in this case when we're playing a power chord, if you practice enough, you can learn to get your pick kind of caught on the string you don't want. So you can use that string like a stopper. Like that.
Yeah. Something like that. Something like that.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay, what's next?
Okay, so now we're gonna do that same rhythm, 1 and 2 and, but for the 2 and part of it, we're gonna put another finger down. We're gonna use, you can use your third finger. By the way, let's go with fingers first, second, third, and fourth finger.
Okay.
You know, it might be easier for you to use your fourth finger, your pinky, and we're gonna put it on the 4th fret.
Oh, way
the very
down here?
same string, yeah.
See, and this is where it gets complicated.
So look, it's not, no, it's not so bad. Watch. So when you go 1 and then we get to 2, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1.
Hey, that's the third string that's making that other sound?
No, we're not adding another string. We're just
we're still on 2?
We're just changing on the 5th string. We're just changing the note.
Okay.
Yeah.
So wait, so I hold down both fingers and
Yeah,
then
just keep your first finger down, and we're gonna alternate between that and then your pinky comes down. See?
Okay.
And you're playing an old blues shuffle.
Okay, right here, right here.
Yeah, start out with the 2nd fret first,
let's
and
see.
here we go.
Okay,
That's
wait a
it.
minute, hold on.
You got
Okay, let's
it.
see. See, there we go. See, there we go.
Yeah.
It's okay.
You
So
just
it's
gotta
clear.
reach a little more. Why don't you can also try using your pinky if it helps you reach.
Okay. Wait a
Yeah,
minute. Okay,
try
let's see.
that.
Okay, you are speaking like a true teacher.
There
I
you go,
absolutely
man.
love that.
That
Okay,
was
let's
fast.
do one more thing. You know, I'm trying to learn here. Hopefully y'all are learning at home too. If you got a guitar, pick it up. Come on, let's do it. Okay, let's do one more.
All right, you want to learn the next part? So just like you just did this, after a few repeats of that, what you're gonna do is go up a string. Change the chord. It's not so bad.
Wait a minute
You
now.
can do that.
Okay, let me see you do it again. Okay, so we start with the
So
right
at first
here.
I'm doing this pattern on the 5th and the 6th string. I'll do it about 4 times, and then I'll move to the 5th and the 4th string. Everything just
So you
goes
go
up.
up some more.
You just, yeah, your finger will go
So
up
here,
the string.
and then like that?
Yes, but move your first finger too. It has to go down.
Oh, this has to go down?
No, this way on another string.
Oh, it has to go down. So it's like this?
No, this finger goes to the next string down. Yes, and now you're gonna pluck these 2 strings and do the same pattern.
Now, do I move the 4th finger at all?
The 4th finger will follow this. Whatever. No, go back. It will do on the same string as that one. Yeah, just like that.
Okay. Oh,
And
Jesus.
you can.
Uh-oh. Okay,
So
okay.
we'll start with the E.
Okay, listen. I'm trying now, okay? Look, not Santana yet, but with some more lessons, I think I can be Santana and you can be Santana as well. And when summer camp starts, again, July 7th, how long is the program and what do you all teach? Do we get to learn a whole Beyonce song or something?
If you want. So we have, it's a 5-day summer camp. We do 4 weeks of it. 5-day summer camp, and you have anything LAAPA will teach. We'll have acting, we'll have music theory, guitar, drums, piano, all of it, music theory, I think I said that, yeah. So you have tons of options, and you split up your day. You'll do almost like periods. You'll do a class of guitar, and then you'll go do drums, and then you get to pick your kind of
And
instruments.
it's not just for kids. You also teach adults and teens as well?
Yes, all ages.
Come on, well look, they just taught me a little something. Gentlemen, thank y'all so much for being here.
Thank
I
you.
want to keep rocking, okay? And if you all want to rock as well, you can learn more about their classes by visiting the website on your screen, LAAPA.com. Don't forget, summer camps start July 7th in Harahan, Covington, and of course, Mandeville. All right, coming up next, everybody, Father's Day is Sunday, and it's not too late to make Dad feel special. We're showing you some delicious recipes to make right after the break. That was so fun! Oh my goodness!